especially when you're talking about, who's going to benefit and who's going to compete. I think if anything, this year has shown us that the audition tape, basically, they can play with Power Five football.
Yeah.
And they've done that, pretty consistently this year. Now, again, Pac-12 is on a down year. It's very different than, I guess, some of that meat of the Big 12. But I mean, looking at it, let's kind of go back to the defense, just because I kind of want to highlight that again. A lot of fans, especially what we hear just through Twitter. Twitter is ridiculous, but what we hear through Twitter, everyone wants to kind of trash on the defense. What defense do you kind of foresee going into the Big 12? Like, what should fans expect in a Power Five conference week in, week out, right? Like, what kind of expectations should they have?
I mean, I think the best thing to do would probably be like evaluate what Utah football did year over year prior to joining the Pac-12 and what they're doing now as a member of the Pac-12, right? So they went the last 4 years in the Mountain West Conference. They're really good those last 4 years. 13-0. So let's go 2007. 9-4, 13-0, 10-3, 10-3. Were those seasons, those last 4 seasons? That's similar to what BYU was doing 06 to 09, right? They had a down year in 2010. Well, in the Pac-12, first year 8-5, 5-7, 5-7, 9-4. So there was a little dip, right? As they're kind of like, there was a lot of close losses, physicality, they were adjusting. So then they went 9-4, 2014, 10-3, 2015, 9-4, 2016, 7-6 in 2017, 9-5, 11-3. In the COVID year, they went 3-2. This year they're 9-3 with a top opportunity to go to the Rose Bowl. So that's probably what you're going to see from BYU as well. My honest assessment is that's what you're going to see. You'll see a little dip. They're going to be hovering around. Hopefully they get bowl eligible. It was great that Utah started off bowl eligible that year. They probably were recruiting fairly well coming out of the Mountain Wisconsin, but then there's going to be depth issues, and I think the depth issues showcased themselves in 2012, 2013, and so that's where BYU will be at. They're going to be. I think they can be bowl eligible immediately when they come in. I don't know if they can win 9 games first year. I don't know if they can win 10 games first year. I wouldn't predict it. But then again, Kalani has done a really good job. But that's the expectation, I would say, from a win-loss standpoint. BYU is physical. Like anybody that plays BYU, anyone that watches BYU on film, like we have a culture. Like that culture is transmitted through football and athletics, man. Like you can see it. Like these kids come from homes where certain principles are taught, and it's hard work, diligence, patience, and it's about the grind. It's about being physically dominant. Like we take a lot of pride in that. It's like, you have mentally strong young men that are asked to do things that are hard. And so you ask them, they're coachable, and you can always ask more of them. So they're willing to lay their health on the line for their teammates and be very physical. So we're a physical team. We'll transition and be physical there too. But those Big 12 teams are also very physical, very talented, very, very good, but we'll be able to compete. No doubt.